we understand that there is a position from the Court of Appeal. We've been seeing an enroll order. What is the implication? What exactly is the position of the Court of Appeal? Chief Shola Ebiseni has been recognized by INEC. He's gotten a judgment of court to be the flag bearer of the Labour Party. But what came out of the Court of Appeal yesterday, what does it mean? Dr. Olorunfemi has been talking about this. But who exactly is the flag bearer and the real candidate of the Labour Party in Ondo State? I'm being joined tonight by Chief Shola Ebiseni. He's live with us. Thank you so much indeed. It's good to see you.
Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you for having me.
Have you been thrown out of the race?
Oh, why? No. In fact, there is a need for me to first make some clarification. I did not become the candidate of Labour Party based on court judgment. I became the candidate of Labour Party through a process presided over by Abure as national chairman, Dr. Olorunfemi as deputy national chairman, Clement Ojukwu as the national organizing secretary, Farouk as secretary, and Kehinde Edun as national legal advisor, and the whole complement of the National Working Committee of the Labour Party were the one who midwifed and executed my being the candidate of the party. Where there was a little confusion was when INEC refused to acknowledge that fact by uploading my name. That was why we went to court. Going to court was not against Labour Party. As a matter of fact, Labour Party was the first plaintiff in that case. It's to compel the INEC to upload my name as a candidate of the Labour Party.
And the High Court affirmed that.
The High Court affirmed that. So there was no controversy within the party of me being the candidate. This height.
But there was a controversy, though.
No, there was,
just for a moment,
right.
Sir. There was a controversy at the national level because, according to law,
yes,
that the national body of the party is saddled with the responsibility of conducting a state governorship primary.
Right.
At the time,
yes,
Abure was battling to hold on to the leadership of the party.
Right.
There are those who will say, "Who conducted your primary?"
Exactly. This is exactly what I'm saying.
So,
this is exactly what I'm saying. The issue of who conducted, the question of who conducted my primary was not issue. The de facto National Working Committee of the party, as at that time, was the Abure National Working Committee. It was the Abure National Working Committee. Before then, they had Olorunfemi as a placeholder. At the end of nomination in April, the Labour Party in Ondo State had no candidate. It was resolved, and it is on record, that the party put somebody as a placeholder to be substituted later. And what does that mean? In Ondo State, as you will have seen, Shehu, all the governorship candidates by the Ondo State's emerging political culture are from the South Senatorial District where I come from. Check all the political parties. So Labour Party then decided to pick somebody from the North Senatorial District that is just completing its 8 years term through Akeredolu to be the surrogate. That was what Dr. Olorunfemi was. And at the end of it all, the party now wanting to get a substantive candidate. Olorunfemi himself voluntarily, because he's been coming to channels and other television telling stories, he voluntarily withdrew his candidature, backed by affidavit to that effect, the same as applied to his running mate, that he has consulted widely and come to the conclusion that for one reason or the other, again bordering on financial constraints, they are all in the public domain, that is no longer. And the party called me. All right, take the nomination form. 20 million naira, I paid. Okay, Olorunfemi spent some money. They calculated at 5 million naira. I paid. He was asked to give me.
And he was received.
He was asked to give me his GTB account number, to which I paid. The party gave me the UBA account number of the party, to which I paid 20 million naira. As at that time, then there was a decision that within 14 days, according to the Electoral Act, a substitution primary was to be held. It held there in Akure on the 18th of July. So as at that time, I have become the jure and the de facto governorship candidate of the party. The only issue was that INEC refused to upload my name, and we went to INEC. First, I made Labour Party the first plaintiff, myself the second plaintiff, and my running mate the third plaintiff. In the course of the case, the National Legal Advisor came to court with a motion. As at that time, really, they were having problem with INEC, and they felt that they were not obliged to sue INEC in order for it not to have a backlash effect on them. That is the policy of it. They said, look, please remove our name. We do not want to confront INEC. And they brought that motion asking the name of Labour Party to be struck out. And that was all they came to court for. It was by originating summons. All the affidavits, all the grounds were stated there. So the best they could get from that was a strikeout of the name of the Labour Party. But that does not affect my local standard as the candidate, de jure and the de facto, to sue in my name. As a matter of fact, the High Court said, and that is true, that by the rules of the court, if the court finds out that an interested party was not joined in the suit, the court can so much join that party to the suit. So that was what transpired at the High Court.
Have you seen the enrolled order that was signed today by the registrar?
Oh, yes,
of the Court of Appeal.
I saw that an enrolled order is not a judgment.
But it's a position of the court.
It's not the position of the court.
It's a document that emerged from the judgment.
Of course, yes.
And interestingly, the appellant in the case was your party.
Yes.
And the respondent is yourself, number one, Chief Olushola Nehemiah Ebiseni, Adedayo Ezekiel Awude, and Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
Yes.
Now, the prayers as listed in the enrolled order, and the order as captured in that enrolled order states, it says, it is hereby ordered that I see a lot of merit in the instant appeal and accordingly allow the same. Secondly, the judgment of the lower court below in suit with number FHC ABJCS/1105/2024 delivered on the 27th of September 2024 is hereby set aside.
Yes.
That was a judgment that affirmed your candidature as the Labour Party flag bearer, and they stood before the lower court struck out for want of jurisdiction.
Exactly. If an appeal is allowed, an appeal, first and foremost, the first fundamental basis of an appeal is that it's a rehearing of the case of the lower court. You will not come to a court of appeal and seek reliefs which you did not seek at the lower court.
A retrial. It's supposed to be an appeal.
It's a retrial. Yeah. An appeal is a retrial. It's a rehearing of the suit.
But you are not bringing forth a new
issue. Exactly. What was the issue at the lower court? I keep telling you that the issue at the lower court is that we do not quarrel with your nomination, which we midwifed, but that we did not authorize you to sue in the name of the Labour Party. So if you remove the name of the Labour Party, I am still on firm ground as a candidate of the Labour Party. So the allowance of the appeal is to what extent? Is to the extent of the name of Labour Party being removed as the first plaintiff in the case. And that is why we are saying that beyond what you read, is there any place where there is a pronouncement that Shola Ebiseni is no longer the candidate of the party?
No, the enrollment or the order stated that whatever the position of the court is in the trial court has been struck out.
That's exactly what I'm telling. That's why I told you. That's why I told you that my candidature was not based
on the judgment. But you are asking INEC to affirm your name and confirm on the list.
No.
Because INEC did not capture you as a candidate.
No. We were not asking INEC to affirm my name. INEC has no power under the law to affirm my name.
But they did enroll you at first.
I'm coming. The nomination of a candidate for election is the primary duty. In fact, it's an exclusive duty of the political party and not of INEC. What INEC does is to upload the decision of the party. In that case, we waited for let me tell you why we went to court. Under Section 33 of the Electoral Act, whatever decision you want to take on the nomination of a candidate, except if that candidate dies in the course of the electioneering, you ought to have done not later than 90 days before the date of election. So calculating 90 days from 16th of November downwards, that would have been about 16 September. So we went to court on the 6th of August, asking the court to order INEC to publish my name. INEC is not being asked to affirm. INEC has no power under the law to affirm. So as it is today, I am the candidate of the Labour Party. There's something you have to understand in this. When the matter was in court, Olorunfemi came to apply to join the suit because he was not a party to the suit. And he didn't do it properly at the Court of Appeal because the enrolled order you saw was merely enrolled order of the second appeal. The first appeal was by Olorunfemi seeking to be joined as an interested party, seeking to appeal as an interested party. It was the first appeal that was dismissed.
Who sponsored, Labour Party is the appellant in this enrolled order which I read today. Who sponsored it? Do you know?
Olorunfemi did. So we, in collaboration with the people he's acting for outside the party.
What exactly politically? What is going on?
Yes.
Are there people who want to scuttle your chance?
Oh, of course. Of course. There are people who want to squat you.
To what end?
Let me tell you. So I don't know. For instance, I do not want to take you up on the fact that it was the same people that made your debate to be restricted to PDP and Labour Party, and APC. It was the same. And I can say that authoritatively. It was the same.
But you are wrong, actually.
I may be wrong.
Yeah, you are.
I may be wrong. But that's the first time you will conduct a debate that is limited to only 2 political parties.
No, it was. The last time it was.
In this
between Akeredolu and Jegede.
No. Akeredolu.
I moderated.
No.
I did.
No.
I did,
No.
2020 was between Akeredolu and Jegede.
No.
It was.
No.
It was.
Akeredolu 2020 was between Akeredolu of APC, Jegede of PDP, Agbola Ajayi of the Z-Labour, who did not attend. Let's leave that. I've been part of the process.
We organized it and I moderated it, and it was between the two. And there are reasons because our partners do a scientific survey.
Let me leave. I do not even want to make an issue of that. What is important is that some people are jittery about our being in this process, and I do not want to take you on any long journey in respect of that. But the first question is ask Olorunfemi each time, because he parades this place a lot. Ask him at any time, were you at any time proclaimed as a placeholder? Were you an authentic candidate, or were you just a placeholder? If you cannot answer that question, I'll call for my phone now and show you what was the resolution at the primary.
Chief Ebiseni,
yes.
Is there an infiltration in your party?
There is infiltration in every party.
But it does look like yours is evident more than the others in this race.
You see, Labour Party is a people's party. It's a people's party.
Is it the reason why
I'm coming?
Is in some of tatters and disaster?
No, it's not the tatters.
In disarray.
No, it's not in disarray. Last Monday, the leader of the party in Nigeria, our presidential candidate, was there in Akure to canvass, to give me support, and on walking through the city of Akure, starting from Ondo, he was there shaking hands with people in the market. It's unlike what you see now, because in your intro, I saw you talking about PDP, APC having their final rally. Do you call that a rally? That is not the kind of rally we're talking about. They take a particular designated site and invite their party members from across the state. They invite their people in government and the people in the party to come and address their own people. Labour Party does not do that kind of rally. We take our rally to the people, and that is because we are the only party in this state. Thank God you've been part of this. I was commissioner for the 2 terms of Labour Party government under Mimiko in this state. My deputy was a commissioner in that same government. Any sign of development that you see in Ondo State today was by the Labour Party, in terms of our schools, in terms of our health program, in terms of the road infrastructure.
Did Mimiko's exit from Labour Party kill Labour Party in Ondo State?
Well, I wouldn't say that, because Labour Party is not killed. Labour Party is not dead.
But it had a momentary outage.
There is no doubt that as the leader, you see, it has some effect on the party. Because today, what we campaign with the programs that we executed under Mimiko. The first government where school students are provided buses. I do not know of any other state in Nigeria. Well, as the component part of our free education policy, we pay for WAEC. Students are taken to and fro school free of charge. The day a child is conceived, it becomes the child of the state, in the sense that in our mother and child component of free health policy, which you know, the child is taken care of from the womb. The mother is given handset free of charge by government to communicate with doctors and nurses about whatever might be her condition. On the day she's going to be delivered, even through CS.
So you are going to further the Mimiko.
We are going to build on it.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the areas.
Let me ask you, because
yes,
it does look like you left the Labour Party.
Is that?
You left the Labour Party.
No.
You sought refuge in other political parties.
No.
You were unsuccessful. And you saw that Labour Party will give you a chance, and you took it.
No. Let's put it this way. There is no one in Labour Party today, and I say that with all authority, that is older than I am in Labour Party. I told you, I was commissioner for 2 terms in the first government ever established by Labour Party in Nigeria between 2009 to 2017. It was in that same party that I got nominated by the federal government as a delegate of the federal government to the 2014 National Conference. It was that same Labour Party that Afenifere, of which I am the Secretary General, nominated me to Peter Obi to become the Southwest coordinator during the presidential election, and also a member of the legal team of Obi's presidency, even up to the Supreme Court as a lawyer. So whatever I seek from Labour Party, either being candidate of is legitimate. It's very legitimate. There's nobody in the Labour Party that can tell me any story about this party. No one.
Yeah. So Mimiko is no longer a member of the Labour Party.
I do not know.
Yeah, but he is a member of the PDP.
Which choice? Do you know Mimiko is a political giant, not only in this state, but even in this country.
He's being called Iroko.
No, he's called Iroko.
Yeah.
So, and Iroko will be a member of a political party, and rally will be held. You will not. If Iroko were a member of any political party, he will be the one.
He's your very good friend.
Very good friend.
Your leader.
Senior brother, leader.
Your principal.
My principal. I have no doubt about that.
But are you in talks with him?
Oh, of course I am. Why not?
Did he approve of your ambition of wanting to become governor? Because his younger brother is in Zel.
No.
Abbas.
No. Let me put it this way. It's a long history. Mimiko and I have been coming since 1988. We were both in the SDP. In 1988, I was from 1990, I was local government chairman, perhaps the youngest local government chairman in Nigeria then, just 2 years after my youth service. Mimiko was the health commissioner from SDP. We were both again in the government of Adebayo Adefarati. And when he won election as governor through Labour Party, he appointed me his commissioner.
So the question is Mimiko backing you?
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's not an issue for me to debate. To debate with you.
No, I'm asking. It's not a debate. I'm asking you, is Mimiko, Olusegun Mimiko, the man called Iroko,
yes,
is he backing you?
Olusegun Mimiko is not against me.
But it's not backing you.
I said it's not against me.
But is he backing you?
No, I mean,
it may not be against you, but it may not be backing you.
Both are opposite of each other.
But I imagine that he may be backing his younger brother Abbas Mimiko.
You need to ask both of them that. That's not for me to answer.
But can you say authoritatively that you have the backing of Olusegun Mimiko?
I said I do not have Mimiko working against me.
Now, what chance do you have in this election?
Thank you very much.
Dr. Shola, Chief Ebiseni Shola.
Thank you very much. This election, is going to be about two political parties and their administration. There is no PDP in this election.
Really?
I'll tell you. Oh, listen to me. There's no PDP in this election. This election is between Labour Party and APC. The reason is this. Agbola Ajayi of the PDP was Akeredolu's first-term deputy governor. Ayedatiwa of the APC is Akeredolu's second-time deputy governor, now incumbent governor. So if you want to assess their credibility and performance in government, you will assess them vis-a-vis the Akeredolu's government and the role they played in that government. The same way you will assess me vis-a-vis the Mimiko administration of the Labour Party, of which I was commissioner for 2 terms, and my deputy governor. So you see, when PDP goes out, when Agbola Ajayi goes out, with which government program, with which antecedent is he going to campaign?
So you are campaigning in the name of Iroko?
I am campaigning in the name of the Labour Party.
So you are telling your supporters, remember what Iroko did.
Remember what the government...
vote for me.
That's
what you are telling them.
Remember what the government of Iroko did, of which I was part and parcel.
You said you are going to provide compulsory, free education.
Yes.
That is like a flagship aspect of your campaign, which got my attention. Right. And there were a lot of people who will say compulsory.
Yes.
Is it under the Child Rights Act, or under what law are you going to make it compulsory?
There is no law, Shehu, that prohibits education of a child. In fact, the right to education is an inalienable right of a child. And what we want to do is this. I'll give you certain examples. In 1979, for those of us who lived in Lagos, we were operating 3 shifts, morning, afternoon, and evening. A Jakonde came and said he was going to put a stop to that. Within the first year of Jakonde ended the shift system in Lagos. He was building schools, and they said, oh, those schools were poultry. But those poultries today have produced professors. It is contradictory in terms for any of the states of Southwest, including Edo and Delta, with the head start that Awolowo gave us in 1950s, to now still count us as part of states with out-of-school children. We are going to stop it from the first day of my inauguration as governor of Ondo State. No child of school age will be found not to be in school within the hours of the school.
Those figures indict any government, either state or at the federal level, because the laws are very clear under the right of a child.
Yes.
Right to school,
the right to education,
the right to life.
Yes.
And you find all of these kids on the school. So the question is that it is not as though there are no sufficient laws backing that every child should be in school.
Yes.
But now, what caught my attention is how you are going to enforce a compulsion.
Yes.
Is it to criminalize a child by holding the child not being in school, by holding a parent accountable and sending the parent to jail, or how are you going to do it? In some other crimes, in America, for example, if a child falls down from the skies, he has every right to go to school.
Yes.
If the child does not go to school, they hold the parent accountable.
Yes. You see, and like I told you, our policy is going to be such that from the day a child is born up to when I attain the age of 18, he's a child of the state. He's not a child of the parents.
How are you going to handle it? So if you find a child on the street that is not in school, how are you going to manage the number of the children available in the state and those ones are out of school, and who are you going to hold accountable? That is how, it is the how. It's easy to campaign on compulsory child education, but how are you going to implement it? That's the question.
You see, if you go back into history, when there was going to be election in 1952 or 59, Awolowo changed from free universal primary education. But for Awolowo, people like us won't be here. Won't be here. That's the benefit that we have. And we must give back to society. You have just said it yourself that there is avalanche of laws about the right of a child to education. It will be for instance, look at an irresponsible thing that this present administration does. From 2009, under this administration, in fact, since Adebayo Adefarati's administration, of which I was also a commissioner, I've been commissioner 3 times in this state. Ondo state government has been responsible for the payment of WAEC registration fee for every child. It is under Ayedatiwa for the first time in the history of this state that government could not pay WAEC. And when results were released, they now put debt in front of the names. It is shameful. You know,
and you want to change that?
I don't know how to change it. I just want to brush it aside because it is a distraction.
Why should the people of Ondo State vote for you?
Yeah, thank you. Because we have done it before. We are going to do it. We are going to see to the security of life and property. We are going to take education to the next level. We are going to ensure that we have a sound mind and a sound body by giving the people the right kind of health services. We're going to be involved massively in developing the people and the land, realizing the fact that small and medium scale enterprises will thrive better in our state. Right. We're going to take advantage of the abundant resources, both mineral resources, forest resources, and what we have, particularly the fact that Ondo State has its longest shoreline in Nigeria, right, and want to take advantage of what our boundary with Atlantic gives us, which puts us just about less than 30 minutes from Lagos. Right. I'm going to take advantage of our proximity to the center of commerce in Nigeria.
I wish you the very best, Dr. Oshola Ebiseni.
Thank you,
Campaigns are over. You keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best. Thank you so much indeed. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.